homework. Thank you for completing the homeworks. And then now I want to discuss with you. So for this one, yeah, this one, okay, how you able to calculate it is you like refer to this one, okay? You have a look on this. Maybe I can show you this. You can see this one, how they can do it is, I think I didn't teach you before. Okay, it's my fault because I didn't teach you. Okay, Monty, you need to remember about this formula. This formula is I, okay? You see, the above is I over A and M. So what does this mean? The I is referred to the image size. This one. This is the image size. So what is meant by image size? It means that when you put the specimens, under the microscope, then the image will be enlarged by the microscope. Okay? Can you get me?
Yeah, I can.
Yes. Because initially the specimens, okay, will be much more smaller until you are able to see, right? So that's why you need to put it under the microscope so you can view the structure of the specimen. For example, like the cell. So, you need to know this formula, which is the I. I is referred to the image side. Image side over the actual side. I over A. See, image side over the actual side equal to magnifications. So there is this formula, okay? Magnifications equal to image size over the actual side. So you have about 60 millimeter. Okay, X and Y is 60 millimeter. So this 60 millimeter is actually referred to the image size. Okay, because it's larger in the value, right? Usually the image side, they will be larger in their value. Then how about this actual length? This actual length, okay, between X and Y is 150 micrometer. You can see that micrometers is much more smaller than the millimeter because 1 micrometer equal to, sorry, this one, 1 millimeter is equal to 1000 micrometer. Can you get me?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's why you need to put them in the same units. So you can see how I convert the units. So this one is 60 millimeters over the 150 micrometer. So I just convert this millimeter become the micrometer. So because 60,000, see, 60,000 micrometer over 150 micrometer. So it's equal to this one 400. So 400 magnifications. So this 400 means like how many times the image being enlarged by the microscope. Okay, Monty, do you play with microscope before?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, yeah, sometimes, right? Okay, you can observe that microscope, they have like 3 objective lens, right? The
Yeah,
objective lens, yeah. So you can adjust objective lens. See, maybe you can want, you want about 10 magnifications, 100 or 400. The highest you can view the structure in more detail. So that's it.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, this one C. It's C. Why I make it donkey? I'm so sorry, it's C. Okay, it's C. This one does
Okay.
C. And then followed by says, okay, so you can know that how we can get this is because that this is the multiplications M over I and A. Okay, this is magnifications equal to the image side. Image side over the actual side. Image side over the actual side. So when you switch the positions, okay, from the actual side to top, magnification become below, it will be in this way. So the answer is B. This is mathematics, just you switch the positions.
Okay.
And then for this one, how many joint does insect have? Okay, so one thing you should remember that arthropods, right? We learn about arthropods. Arthropods, they have how many type of the animals classified under arthropods, which is we have the first myriapods, okay? Myriapods. Myriapod is, for example, the centipedes. Okay, centipede, we have many pairs of legs. So many pairs of legs. So definitely it will be more than 2, 3, or 4 pairs. Yeah, too many of legs. And then we learn about arachnids. Arachnids is about the spider, okay? So you can see that how many pair of legs in the spider? How many pair of legs in the
4.
spider?
4.
Yeah, it's 4 pairs. Yeah, it's 4 pairs of legs. And then about the insect. Insect, there will be 3 pair. It's not more than 6 pair, it's 3 pair. Because insect, you can imagine about the structure of insect, like in the ants, right? This is the ant, okay? And they have about their heads and the thorax, and then their abdomens. Like this, right? This is the ant, correct? They have the head, thorax, and the abdomen. And then they have how many? Like this. This is their egg. This is their legs. They have total 6 legs, right? 6 legs equal to 3 pair of legs. 1 pair, second pair, third pair. Okay, do you understand?
Yeah, okay.
Then how about crustaceans? These are crustaceans. Give me an example of crustaceans. Crustaceans. Give me an example.
Crab.
Yes, crabs. So how many of pair in the crabs? It will be total in 5 pairs. 5 pairs. So just memorize about the number of legs. Yeah. And then for this one, it's just similar, okay? So answer is 7,000 is because that you see this one. See also magnifications equal to, oh sorry, I didn't share the screen. Oh, I think I showed you, right? Let me see. Okay, I think I showed you. Okay, so you can see magnifications equal to image size over the actual size. So image size, okay, so Monty, when you answer this kind of question, you just need to recognize which one is the image size. Which is the image size. So it's 49 millimeter. So this 49 millimeter is the image size. Okay, it's the image size. So this only tell you what's the actual diameter of the red blood cell. They tell you it's a 7 micrometer. So means that 49 millimeter over 7 micrometer. So you just need to convert the micrometer become millimeter. So you need to divide by 1,000. Okay, because 1 millimeter equal to 1,000 micrometer. So it means that you get 0.007 millimeter. So you get about 7,000 magnifications. So that is C. Okay, this answer is C.
Okay.
Then following to that, okay, this one, which process are characteristic of all organisms? So this is number 2 and 3. Yeah. So why does it not include? You still remember about the 7 characteristic of the living organism? You can see, which is this one, the 7 characteristic, right? This one. You see, it's a movement, it's a respirations, sensitivity, growth, reproduction, excretion, nutrition. They doesn't put digestion, right? So digestion is not the characteristic of living organism because some of the organism they didn't perform digestion. For example, you think amoeba?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do amoeba carry out digestions? No. Because amoeba, what they do is that they just like simply eat something, okay, and they will excrete out. Okay, digestion is most complex. It involves in like more complex process. So what is mean by digestion? Digestion is actually something like when you're trying to use the enzyme, you're using an enzyme to break down the large food particle into small food particle. So this means by digestion. So it means that the small food particle need to be absorbed by the intestine. Yeah. So not all organisms able to perform this digestion because digestion usually they will involve in the higher level of the organism, like in the animals, in the humans, right? Do digestion perform in the plants? No. Correct. So the answer is 2 and 3 only. Respiration and excretion. And then for this one, they show about this is the pond water. Pond water is pale green. Pale green means that it contains some plants. Okay, there are some plants inside this pond water. So when the light ons, the light will shine on the pond water, right? So what you can observe is the pond water they will be increasing in their intensity. Okay, you see, from light green they become dark greens. Increasing in their intensity. So, and then they will release the oxygen. See, they will release the oxygen. So, This process showing what? What happened? What make?
The
Yes.
respiration.
Actually, is respiration. Respirations do okay. Monty, you just imagine that you are performing respiration. Like, will you release oxygens? Will you release oxygens when you are performing respirations? You are releasing oxygen.
Yeah.
No, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So, Monty, what kind of process involved in releasing oxygens in the plant? What kind of process involved in releasing oxygens in the plant? What is the name of process? What are this equation show? This one? Carbons, water.
Is it like? Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, it's photosynthesis happen in the plant. So remember? Photosynthesis.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. So Monty, you just remember in this way. You just imagine yourself. You are yourself as a human, right? Human, what do? We take in oxygen, right? We take in oxygen. You inhale it. You inhale what? You inhale oxygen, correct? You inhale the oxygen, correct? And then what will exhale? What will exhale? You will exhale what kind of gas?
Carbon dioxide.
Yes, this is what you do, okay? So when I want to write the equation for the respiration, there will be the, oh, what happened? Okay, if I want to write the equations for the respiration, I will need to take the oxygens, okay? I'll need to take oxygens, and together, I will need to take in the glucose. So this is why you need to eat every day, Monty. You need to eat every day because you need to get the glucose, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, so that's why you are doing the respiration. So this is known as respiration, which is we are intake the glucose into the body cell together with the oxygens. So the oxygen, they will do what? They will break down. Okay, they will break down the glucose molecule. Break down. So what they release? They release carbon dioxide and water. And also they release energy. Correct? Yeah, so this is what we know as respiration. Monty, you just remember that respiration is a process only involved in taking of oxygens. They will only taking oxygen. They will not releasing oxygens. Releasing oxygen, they will be belong to the photosynthesis because only photosynthesis they will release the oxygens. I mean, they are just in opposite way. Means that respiration, they intake the oxygens, but they release the carbon dioxide. In the photosynthesis, they will intake the carbon dioxide, but they will release the oxygen. Clear?
Okay.
Yes. So
Yeah,
you can see
yeah.
what they are doing is they're releasing oxygen. So this must be this must be belong to the photosynthesis. It's because that they release oxygen, and they release oxygen. And also the green area become darker and darker, means that there will be like some plant grow, increasing the number of plants within the areas because they are doing the photosynthesis. Correct. So photosynthesis is a process which is they are doing what? Photosynthesis is a process which is they are actually we call as a process, okay, which is they involve in the they will convert okay, they will take in the carbon dioxide, okay, so they will convert the carbon dioxide become the glucose like this. See, from the carbon dioxide they will become the glucose CCHRO6. So actually, this means that photosynthesis is the process which they will make the glucose. Just remember that photosynthesis is a process which is they will to make the glucose. Understand? They will make the glucose. See, this
Yeah, okay.
CCHRO6 is a glucose. So that's why, Monty, where you get your table sugars, you know the table sugar, this one that you see in the grocery store, this one, the table sugar. Usually there's white in color, white crystalline color. This one. This is table sugar, okay? You can find in the grocery in the shopping mall. Have you seen this kind of sugar before?
Yeah.
Yeah. So where they get from? Actually, they get from the sugar canes. This one. Sugarcane. Sugarcane, they will produce this kind of sugars. Sugarcane is a plant. It's a plant, okay? These plants, they will help to producing the sugars. So how the plant able to produce the sugars means that they will undergo the photosynthesis. They will absorb the carbon dioxide from their surroundings and then convert that become the sugars like this. So you can get the sugar from your plants. Okay, clear?
Okay.
Yeah, so remember that this must be, be in your mind always. So you can see that photosynthesis, okay, photosynthesis is a kind of nutrition. You learned about this in chapter 1 before, right? This is nutrition. This photosynthesis, right? It's a kind of nutrition. See, you have two types of nutrition, which is autotrophic and heterotrophic, right? So autotrophic is referred to the producer, means they will automatically produce their own foods. They will make their own food, so they are producer. So why? Because they contain the chloroplast, okay? So chloroplast able to carry out the photosynthesis. So it's a type of nutrition. So it's not related to the respiration, correct? Yeah, it's not related to respiration. So yeah, so that's why the B will be the answer because B, they contain the nutrition. So as we know that photosynthesis is a type of nutrition, which is the autotroph nutrition. Okay, autotroph nutrition. So if you want the movement is made by releasing of the oxygen bubbles movements. And then sensitivity. Why is sensitivity? Is because that plants will be always sensitive toward the sunlight. So we can imagine that whenever they are present of sunlight, right? Maybe the plant they grow initially like this, straight. But what will happen is when you put a light at here, the plant they will grow in this way. Means plants will always follow to the direction of sunlight. Why? Because plant they do what? They do the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis always require the light, correct? Light. So you should put the light on the equation above like this, and below that you should put the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a kind of photosynthetic pigment found in the leaf. Chlorophyll. Understand?
Okay.
Yeah. So the answer is boy. Yeah, the boy. So it's not related to excretion, growth, and movements. Because excretion, no. Excretion, photosynthesis is not excretion, okay? Photosynthesis is not related to excretion. It's related to nutrition. Yeah, that's all. And then for this one is just similar, okay? I guess you already know how to answer already. And then for this one, which row show the correct combination of structure that will be observed in the cell? So in the animal cell, okay, in the animal cell, they will be having the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Nucleus and cytoplasm in the animal cell, okay? For the plant cell, they will be having the corpus and the cell membrane. This one. Corpus and cell membrane. So the answer is boy. Okay, because animal cell they don't have corpus. They don't have corpus. So the corpus they must only exist in the plant cell only. Can you get me?
Yeah, I can.
So the answer is B. And then for this one, see. All living organisms, they release the energy from the nutrients molecule within their cell. So what is the name? The answer is respiration. See, respiration, they have a keywords. So Monty, whenever you study biology, you need to know the keywords. Know the keyword to identify, and then you just remember the keyword. You no need to remember the whole long sentence. Only know the keyword. So respirations, they have this. They actually release energy. Respirations is a process which is they release energy through the body cell. So you can see, look back for this one. You can see the respiration. What they do is they will take in the oxygen, right? They take in the oxygens and then they break down the glucose. See, C6H12O6 is the glucose, and then they will be releasing the energy. They release the energy from the respiration. Okay, understand?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. So, Monty, you tell me, okay, why we need to do this respiration? The purpose is what? Maybe you can try to explain it. Come. Why our body cell need to do the respiration? What is their purpose?
To to
This is energy, okay? Something related to energy. So the purpose is
can you repeat that?
okay. I mean that why our body cell need to perform this respiration? What is their purpose to perform the respirations? Yeah.
To um
Release.
to release the carbon dioxide and
Okay, actually, okay, carbon dioxide and water actually is a byproduct. It's a byproduct like this. Byproduct. Okay, byproduct which is they will produce from the respiration, but their purpose is actually they will want to release the energy. This one, energy. This is their aim. Okay, what is very important is because that the body cell, okay, body cell they need the energy to supply themselves. Okay, body cell require energy. They require energy to perform their cellular activity. That's why energy is very important. Energy need to be released from the respiration process as we need to supply the energy to our body cell. For example, we need to supply energy to our muscle cell, right? Muscle cell. So what does muscle cell do? Muscle cell, what they do is they will do the contraction and relaxations, correct? They will need to contract, relax every day to produce the movements. You see, like I'm
Yeah.
kind of moving my hands. So actually my hands, okay, the muscle is trying to contract fast. So those are required. I mean, those need the energy input. You need the energy input for your cell. So if you don't have the energy input, your cell don't have energy. So they will not move at all, or they will feel very tired, right? Lethargy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why the purpose, which is the aim, okay, the aim that cell need to do these respirations. Cell need to do the respiration is they need to release the energy. Energy, okay? They need to intakes, okay? So that's why you need to inhale the oxygen, right? You need to eat the foods, which is they will provide you with the glucose, correct? CCHRO6 is a glucose. Glucose. You need to get good. I mean, you need to get this glucose from the foods, and you need to intake the oxygen from the surrounding air, correct? Yes. So that's why you can break down the glucose to release the energy. So the energy will be provided to the cell. So the cell able to use this energy to do their cellular activity. So that's why you can live. Okay, can you understand?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why the carbon dioxide in water is actually is a byproduct. What's mean by byproduct? Byproduct is something not really important. Okay, because your body cell will be doing the respiration, and then they will they will need to release the carbon dioxide, right? They will need to release the carbon dioxide, correct? Yeah. So
Yeah.
this carbon dioxide, you need to do what? You need to excrete out by excretions, correct? This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to do excretion. Excretion means that you will do the exhalations. Okay. During breathing out, you need to breathing out. Breathing out because you need to remove away the carbon dioxide. Because carbon dioxide is not used. I mean, it's a just waste products. Carbon dioxide is a kind of waste products produced from your body cell. You just need to remove away. Okay. So the most important point you need to understand is you are doing the respiration is because that your body cell need to get the energy. They need to get energy to survive, to carry their activity. So how they get energy? They get the energy from the respirations. This one from the respiration, which is they require the input of the oxygen and the glucose, right? So after they release the energy, okay, energy they will provided to your body cell to do their, to do their activity. But however, they will producing their byproducts, which is a waste product like the carbon dioxide and the water. So they will need to remove out away. Okay, can you get me?
Yeah. I can.
Okay. So yeah, that's why Monty, you need to do the breathing out. Okay, breathing out because you need to remove away the carbon dioxide. Breathing out this one. Breathing out. Respiration is just very important. I mean, it's just very simple. Just imagine yourself. You are actually inhaling the oxygen, right? Exhaling the carbon dioxide. Yeah, like this. inhale oxygen, exhale the carbon dioxide. Okay.
Okay. Can I have some time to copy that down?
Oh, sorry.
To write it
Yeah,
down.
no problem, no problem. Actually, this one I will send a full copy to you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can
I'll
I just
send.
write it down now? Because like I just want to write it down. Okay.
Oh yeah, sure. You have your time first. You just copy first. Okay. I will send you recording also. Yeah. I wait you for write down first. No worry. Okay, I think I just write a full sentence, okay, for you to read back easier, okay, correct. So means that the respiration, okay, respiration is a process which is they are like intake, okay, intake the oxygens. How you get the oxygens? You get the oxygens by inhalation, inhalation. So you get the glucose, right? Glucose from the foods. So you need to you need to eat the food every day. So the oxygens, okay, what they do is they will break down the glucose. They will break down the glucose. So the glucose, they contain the chemical energy, right? Because glucose are inside, they contain the chemical energy. Chemical energy. Energy. So after that, what they do is they will break down, okay? They break down and then they will releasing the energy. Yeah, this is their purpose. I write a purpose there. Purpose. So Monty, because everything that we do is we have a purpose. Just same to respiration. Okay, respiration is a process. It's very important for the body cell, right? Because they need to provide the energy. So the respiration, actually, its process is to provide energy to the body cell. Okay, so body cell to perform their cellular activity. Yeah, I think that's all. And then remember that carbon dioxide and water, okay? Carbon dioxide, CO2. CO2 means carbon dioxide. And the water, they will be released as the waste product. Okay. Actually, the excrete, excrete. So you have the excretion, right? Excretion means that your body will remove the waste product away. Moving the waste product away. So this is by excretion. Okay, Monty, so far so good.
Yeah. I nearly finished writing.
Okay, yes. After you finish complete the writing, just let me know.
Oh,
I wait you.
can you scroll a bit down? Can
Oh,
you scroll a bit?
sure. Yeah,
Okay.
here.
Thank you.
For the exam purpose, Monty, you need to remember how to write the equations, because sometimes the question they will ask in this way, state the balance, okay? State the balance equations for photosynthesis. So you need to write these chemical equations. You need to write like this, which is CO2 plus H2O water. Then above you need to write the light. Below you need to write the chlorophyll. And then arrows. Then become C6H12O6. See? C6H12O6 plus O2. So please remember to add on the 6 at here. Oh, it's 6, and 6 at here. Understand? Because this is a balance. You need to balance the equation. Yeah.
Okay.
And also upper equation with respiration, right? Respiration, you need to add on 6 also in front. 6. And then this 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done writing.
Okay, sure, no problem. So we continue. Yeah, just remember that releasing oxygen is belong to the photosynthesis. Okay, release oxygen is photosynthesis. Release the carbon dioxide is belong to respiration. Respiration, they will release the carbon dioxide and energy. Okay, yeah, and energy. Releasing energy is the respiration. Just remember this way. Okay, that's all. And then for this one, I haven't teach you about plant. Today I need to continue the plant with you. Yeah. Okay. Let me continue the plant. The plants. The chapter 1, we still left the plants part, haven't finished it. Okay. You can go back to your notes. Okay. Go back to your notes.
Okay.
Yeah. The plants parts are okay. Actually, I have a new notes. Oh no. Okay, for your informations, when we talk about the plants, right, there are two types of plants. See, there are two types of plants. We call as flowering plants or non-flowering plants. Now, flowering plants means that the plant, you can see that they have a flower. Non-flowering plants means that they don't have a flower. So the difference between the non-flowering plants and the flowering plants is, you see, flowering plants, they have a flower, right? So they can produce the seeds and fruits. Flower, seed, fruits. Yeah. So for the non-flowering plants, they don't have the flowers. So they don't have fruits, seeds. Okay, they don't produce the fruit, seed, or flower because they are non-flowering plants. So how the non-flowering plants they able to reproduce is they will undergo this spore. They will produce this spore. Okay, for example, in this chapter we learn about the non-flowering plant, which is the ferns. Okay, ferns. Ferns is a kind of very common plants that you will see in your daily life. Okay, so ferns. Okay, ferns. Although they are not flowering plants. Okay, because they don't have flower, right? But they are still plants because they contain the pigments, which is the chlorophyll. So this chlorophyll, see, chlorophyll not chloroplast, because chlorophyll is a kind of pigments found in the plants. So this chlorophyll is a pigments, they will absorb the energy, okay? You need the chlorophyll to absorb energy. So that's why you look back the photosynthesis equations, right? This one, you look at the photosynthesis equation just now. You write chlorophyll at below. Can you see chlorophyll? Because chlorophyll help to absorb the light energy. Understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Read the chlorophyll. Not chloroplast, not chloroplast, it's chlorophyll. Yeah, see, chlorophyll absorb the energy from the sunlight for the photosynthesis. Okay, so now we talk about ferns. Ferns is non-flowering plants. So they have a leaf. The leaf is called fronds. Okay, fronds. So this is the leaf, which is the fronds part. So where is their spore? Because they reproduce by spore, right? So where you can find a spore? You can find a spore under the leaf. See, underside of fronds. You find the spore underside of the fronds. Okay, like this. See, this is spore. This is spore. This one. Those are the spore. So, how this spore able to help the ferns is reproduce is the spore will be blown by the winds. Correct. See, the spore they will blow by the wind. So the wind will carry the spore to the furthest place. So that's why when the spores, okay, maybe they blow by the wind, right? They reach here, right? And then they'll settle down on the soil, then they will grow into the new ferns. Okay, understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, so means that they need the winds, okay, winds to carry the spore because spore they are very light. They are very light in their weight, so that they can be carried away by the winds. Okay, so for the non-flowering plants, sorry, for the flowering plants, okay, now we talk about flowering plants. Flowering plants, they have the flower, seeds, and the fruits. So usually, the flowering plants, they will perform this sexually. They will do the sexual reproductions because they have flowers. They have the flowers, okay? So also, they produce seeds. Okay, they produce seeds usually inside the ovaries. Ovary found on the base of the flowers. Okay, so you have the seeds inside the ovary. You can imagine that. Do you know? For example, I give you example of fruits. Papaya. Do you eat papaya before?
Yeah.
Papaya. Let me show picture. Actually, every time we eat the fruit, actually we are eating the ovary of the plants. Papaya seeds. This Actually, this whole fruit is the ovary of a plant. Okay, because they inside they contain the seeds. The seeds. Okay, seed is considered as a offspring of the plant itself. Just like the human baby. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let me continue with this. Maybe you feel like a bit confused. Okay. Let me uh explain to you. For the flowering plants, you need to know is they produce the fruits, flower, seeds. And also, foreign plants, they are being divided into two types, which is monocotyledons first. Secondly, is the dicotyledons. Two types. Understand? So, monocotyledons, dicotyledons, you just see about their structure. This one. The exam, they will ask you about the characteristic in the monocotyledon plants and the dicotyledon plants. So you can see that these dicotyledon plants, the difference in their structure is you look at their flower, right? So in the monocotyledon plants, you can see their flower petals. How many number they have? How many petals?
3.
Yes, three. So they will give a figure multiple of 3 or 6. This one, multiple of 3. See, flower parts in 3. So whenever their flower is about 3 or 6 or 9, it's fine because they just means 3, right? So they always in 3. But in the dicotyledon plants, when you try to calculate the flower pattern, it will be how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, right? They have 5 flower petals in the dicotyledon plants. 5 or 4. Okay, so means that the dicotyledon plants, they have a flower parts in 4 or 5. This is exam they allowed to ask it. Okay, I put a star here. Usually they will ask this in the
Okay.
exam. Yes. So remember, monocotyledon is just 3. 3, 6, or 9 is okay. Dicot, they must be 4 or 5 only. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, and then now we observe about their leaf. The leaf, you can see monocotyledons. You can see the leaf is much more longer, right? See, longer, narrower, like this, longer in their length, but it's narrower. And they have a parallel veins, see, like this. This is a parallel vein, like this, parallel. They call it parallel veins. So in the dicotyledon plants, what they have is they have this one, reticulated veins, like this. So you can see this is this different, right? This they call as network-like veins. Network-like vein. You just look at neck, right? Correct. Like neck. See, neck-like leaf veins. They're just looking like this. Just like a leg. This one neck. So for this monocots, the leaf vein is parallel. It's very parallel like this. Okay. So this is the leaf. So now now we have a look on the third structure. Is you see about their, I think that's all. Okay, you see about the cotyledons. Okay, why monocotyledons means monocotyledon is because they only have one cotyledons. One cotyledons. So that's means monocot. Monocot means only one cotyledons only. Dicotyledons, di means what? Di means that they have two cotyledons in that plant. Means that 1 and 2. So this cotyledons is just like the later they will becoming plant. They will becoming the plant parts. But initially they will become cotyledon first. Cotyledons are found inside the seed. Okay, understand? Because this whole thing is a seed of a plant. Seeds contain the cotyledons. After that, the cotyledons, they will need to germinate. They will undergo the germinations, so they will grow into the small plants, and then they grow their flower, their leaf, like that. So just remember about the leaf structure first and how many petals. Yeah, that's all. For the example, first you can see flower from the monocotyledons, they contain petals in multiple of 3. Either it's 3, 6, or 9. Their number of flower petals. So they have the parallel leaf veins. So in the dicotyledons, they contain the petals in multiples of 4 or 5. So the leaf from the dicotyledons have the reticulated, see, you need to know how to describe the term. Reticulated leaf veins. So they form a web-like networks throughout the leaf. Okay, because their leaf vein just look like neck. Okay, that's all. That's all for the plant. Finish already. Yeah. And then now with yeah. So do you have any question for the plant?
No.
Okay, sure. So now we continue to learn about the last part. Last part of this chapter 1 is virus. So virus, Monty, do you think virus is a kind of living things? Do you think virus is a living thing? You look at that structure.
Yeah.
The answer is it's not. It's not a living things. Virus is not a living things. Do you know why? Because virus, they cannot carry out the 7 life process, which is they cannot carry out the excretions, reproductions, nutritions. See? They do not carry out the 7 life process. They cannot perform their nutrition, reproduction, excretion, respiration. Virus didn't do respiration. Okay, so how they produce is they will actually take over the host cell metabolic pathway to make the multiple copy of themselves. So this is how the virus they reproduce. So because that virus, you must, Monty, you must heard about the virus infection, right? Or virus disease, correct? These are virus disease.
Yeah.
So have you ever wondered that how virus disease can spread so fast? Even though it's not a living thing, but how they can spread so fast is because that virus, what they do is, maybe we can talk about virus structure. Virus is just very simple. Simple as that. You see their structure? Just they have inside, they have a genetic material. Either it's DNA or RNA. See what? DNA or RNA. So Monty, we have 2 types of virus. Either it's DNA virus or it's RNA virus. If it's DNA virus, right, they have double-stranded like this. Correct? If in the RNA virus, they have like this. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the difference between DNA and RNA structure, right? DNA is double-stranded. They have 2 strands. RNA is they have single strand only. 1 strand. Yeah. So this genetic material is being surrounded by this protein cord. Like this. Protein cords, this is we know as protein cord. Protein cord. Or sometimes they call as capsid. This one capsid. CAPSID. Okay, capsid. See this one capsid. Oh, you did right. This one protein capsid. Yeah, just the same meaning on it. And then they have either the virus itself. They have the outside envelope. You can see this is a virus. This is a virus without envelopes. No envelopes. Envelope is referred to the virus has an outside membrane cover the whole virus. So you can see this virus with envelope, they have this. See, they have this cover the virus. You see, they have. They have like membranes. Membrane
Okay.
cover the whole virus. Yeah. So these envelopes, they have the surface protein attached on it. These are. See, this green color. This is surface protein. Yeah. You can see this virus also. They have the surface protein. That's all.
Okay.
So you need to know that virus inside they have genetic material. First one, they have this genetic material, either DNA or RNA. Secondly, they have the protein capsid, or we know as protein cords. This second structure. Okay, and then last one, they are being covered by a envelope. Okay, the envelopes. And then fourth, they have the proteins. They have the proteins like this. Proteins on their surface. Like this. They call it surface protein, which is in their, in their whole virus structure. So you can see virus is something like this. See? This is a virus, right? Okay, virus we have different form with different structure, correct? So this is a virus. So this is genetic material. This is in here. Okay, this is genetic material. Either it's DNA or RNA. This is also, these are genetic material inside. And then, see, this is a capsid. capsid is here. Here, this is capsid. You see, this is capsid. And then here also they have a capsid. Like this. So Monty, why virus they need the capsid? It's because that capsid is kind of like very hard structure. They cover the DNA inside. They cover the DNA material inside, just like the something like nucleus, right? The nucleus they enclose the DNA because they need to protect the DNA. Okay, so can you understand the capsid?
Yeah.
The capsid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have a capsid like this here. This is a capsid. You can see. So this virus is being surrounded by the envelope. So this will be envelope. Envelope. Okay. Envelope is just a membrane. Membrane cover the whole virus, but it's actually not a membrane now. It's not a membrane that you think. Just something like membrane. They have an outer protection cord like this. So this envelope. So on the envelope surface, they have the glycoproteins. They have this surface protein. This one. See this one. This is surface protein. Understand? This is surface protein.
Yeah.
Okay, so how virus able to reproduce in a very fast rate is because that virus, what they do is they will like enters into the host cell. They will infect the host cell. See this one. They will take over the host cell. What is mean by host cell? Okay, you imagine that 5 years ago we have a very severe virus disease, right? Known as coronavirus. Do you remember? Coronavirus.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how coronavirus infect human is because that when you inhale the air, the air contain the particle which is the coronavirus, right? So coronavirus they will enter into our respiratory pathway. So you just imagine this way. See, you see this. See, you see this picture. So this is virus. Imagine this is coronavirus. You inhale the coronavirus inside to your respiratory pathway, correct? So the virus enter into the respiratory pathway. They will enter to where? They will enter into the, for example, from the trachea, right? They will enter into lungs, correct? Okay, can you imagine? Now virus enter into our lung already. So they infect our lung cell, correct? Because lung contain lung cell, right? Hi, Monty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Lung contain the lung cell, okay? You imagine that. Now lung, right? Lung is the organs. Lung is the organs, okay? Inside the lung, there's a lung cell. So virus just enter into the lung cell. So the lung cell will be the host cell. So lung cell is classified as a host cell. Host cell. What is meant by host cell? Host cell means that the virus they will enters into the cell. So the cell become the host cell. Okay, so you can say this cell become the host cell because virus they able to enter. They just get inside. Yeah, so it's mean like host cell. So host cell, their surface is okay. Monty, why virus able to enter into host cell is because that the host cell they have the receptor here. See receptor. You can see right the receptor.
Yeah.
So the receptor on the host cell able to fix with the virus here. They're able to fix with the virus surface proteins. So that's why I tell you that the virus surface protein is very important. This one, because they can bind to the surface protein on the host cell. Okay, they bind to the surface protein on host cell. See, they can fix to each other. So after virus surface protein, they're able to bind to the receptor, okay, receptor of the host cell, so they get enter. See, now virus enter, they enter into host cell already. Host cell is a lung cell. So you can see now virus enter into lung cell. So in a lung cell, there's a nucleus, right? And nucleus contains the DNA, right? Correct. In your lung cell, you have the DNA, correct? Yeah. You have your host cell DNA. Your host cell DNA. So now virus enter into host cell DNA, they release their virus DNA or RNA, okay? they release their virus. This one, genetic material. They release this thing. They release their genetic material into the host cell. So they can combine. Now they can combine with the host cell DNA. So you can imagine that this is your host cell DNA, right? Initially it's like this. This is your host cell DNA, right? Like this. So now they contain the virus. This is the virus, right? This is virus DNA, like this. They have the, okay, because the virus DNA they're able to combine with the host cell DNA. Virus DNA, they can combine with the host cell DNA. So host cell DNA now they can produce what? They can produce a virus proteins. See? They can produce a virus proteins, and also they can replicate. DNA can do replication, right? You still remember DNA replications? Means that you can actually do a lot of photocopy of DNA. So now your virus DNA, they can be photocopy. They can do a lot of photocopy of your DNA. Of your virus DNA. So now for 1 copy of virus DNA, they become 1,000 copy. That's too much already. See? Initially for 1, right? Now become how many? 5. From 1 virus DNA, now they become 5 virus DNA. So who replicate it? Is your host cell DNA. Your host cell DNA, they're able to replicate the virus DNA. It's because that they already incorporate, they already combine together. So now your host cell, what they do is they producing the virus proteins. See? So they can produce a lot of virus. So every virus, they use this kind of we call it this kind of techniques to survive inside the host cell. Okay, just like the virus, okay, they just like they hijack the host cell. So ask the host cell to make for their virus DNA, but not to make for their virus proteins. So they will make the virus protein. So the host cell make the virus proteins. So they will produce a lot of new virus. They produce a lot of new virus inside the host cell until the host cell they cannot accommodate. They cannot like accommodate to a lot of virus inside, so they will burst. So after that, host cell, they will burst to release the virus particle because there's a lot of virus particle inside their body. So this is you're able to get a lot of copy of the virus just from the 1 host cell. Okay, just initially from 1 virus. You can see initially you only have 1 virus, right? See, 1 virus enter into host cell. So at the end you get about 4 or 5 copy of virus released out. Correct. See, right? From the 1 virus, now you can get how many virus? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 virus we release out. Okay, so do you understand? Monty? Yeah. Okay, so the dichotomous T is just very simple. This one you just need to, it's just about the description, okay? Description is about like you need to observe okay, what the image they give you, right? So you can see this is a leaf with several small leaflets. So you go to number 2. 2, whether the leaf are broad or flat, are narrow or hair-like. So you can see this leaf, right, is actually broad and flat, right? It's broad and flat. So you go to the number A. Number A. Okay, this is just like for the description. Which descriptions that you read from here able to fix the picture well, like this. Okay, that's all. So we already finished about the chapter 1. So let me discuss with you about some of the paper 4 answering technique for this chapter 1. Let me show you about things. Okay, chapter 1. Okay, I do show you about the document, right? For this one, let me check the document. This one, chapter 1. This one, chapter 1, past year question with answer. So Monty, you need to spend some time to read on the past year questions. Okay, for example, you can see this one. This is your IGCSE actual past year question. Okay, so this is question in 2017. This is taking your birds, right? The birds. Okay, the birds. So what characteristic you can observe from the birds is the birds, they have the feathers, right? They have feathers and they have wings like this. So you need to write the description down. Okay, so what is mean a population? Population is referred to the group of individual animals of the species. So they are living in the same habitat and at the same time. Okay, so you need to read first and then know what kind of keyword that you need to write for the answer. So for example, I shared with you about virus. So you can see, this is a virus, right? Virus, they can cause a disease. State two other feature of virus. So which is you learned just now, they have the protein code or the capsid or they have the surface protein. So you just need to write in the answer. And then this is a different virus. This. So each virus, they have their different shape, structure, and different type of genetic material. Either it's DNA or RNA. Just answer in this way.
Okay.
So this one you have a look. Okay, you have a look. I have sent to you already. See, this is the insect, right? See, insect. How many pair of legs they have? How many pair?
3.
Yes, 3. Definitely 3. Okay, they have about 3 segments, right? See, head, thorax, and abdomen. Just write like this. So, Monty, do you feel biology is still very hard for you?
A bit.
A bit, okay. In terms of you feel like very hard to understand or very hard to answer?
It's okay.
It's okay, okay. I think you can manage it. I just need to. You just need more time. You just need more time to study first. Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yes. So we can say this is mammal, right? Mammals. So they have external ears. They have the teeth. They have mammary glands to produce a milk. So you can see every answer is from your notes. So that's why you need to read your notes. You need to read the notes. And then also you need to read the question also. Okay. You cannot only read the notes but you didn't study the questions. In the IGC biology, it's very important. You should study the question also because the questions they will come out with something that you miss out when you are reading the notes. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is for you to have a read first. I have a read first, and then we will discuss again in the next class. Okay. I will send you another exercise for the chapter 1. Okay. Multiple choice questions.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
yes. Is there any homework?
Oh, homework. Okay. I will send you later.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I will send homework for the multiple choice question for chapter 1 and also some structure question. I think I'll give you 2. And you can try to answer. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's all for that's all for the class today. See you in next class.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye.